Well, good evening, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. Today you have the Rhino. We're looking at this beer right here. This one right here. Can you guess what it is? That's a pretty slim can, eh? If it's a slim can and I've bought it here in Saskatchewan, what's it probably going to be? A Minhas product. Minhas. Sunset Lager. This is 4.8% alcohol by volume. So there is a Minhas product that is not 5.5 nor a 5, because I know my buddy Chris loves Minhas for their straight down the board 5s. Remember that this is a produced by Minhas Sask Brewery at 444 McLeod Street, Regina, Saskatchewan. Support Minhas, support Saskatchewan. It also says it is the freshest beer in Saskatchewan, which, again, you cannot tell because there is no date on it. And I find it funny that every can either has no date or has had the date smudged off. But freshest beer in Saskatchewan. On top of that, it is made with all Saskatchewan barley. Well, it says made with Saskatchewan barley. It doesn't say all Saskatchewan barley. This is... You can get an 80 pack of this for $113. Usually you're looking at like $80 for a 48 pack of even, say, like budget beers here. So for them to say that this is a 80 pack for 113, but it's made with fresh local barley and it's really I call bullshit on it all. And you're using a can that is not a normal can. These cans do cost more than, say, the pop can because they're a specialty can. So fuck yourself on that. Does this even have a crown or anything? I don't even know that symbol for the canning company. That's not Ball, and it's not Crown. I don't know who that is. Are these random Chinese cans? Is that what we're looking at here? I don't know. Let's open it. Let's use it. Let's drink it. Let's be done with it. Because I drank one of these in one of our hangouts. Okay, so this one I'm going into blind and not blind at the same time. I drank one directly from the can, and I was not a fan of Okay, that is hazy. I would not expect a lager to be that hazy. First and foremost, do not expect a lager to be that hazy. The head does not really have any head retention. It's basically gone right now, and it doesn't look like it's even going to have the clinging layer. Maybe it will. Yeah, it has, at least so far, still has the cling ring. There's nothing on it. Like, I can see the yellow at the top. It's just the white ring around the edge right now, which is still okay. I mean, if that stays, I'm okay with it, but I think it's going to be gone very soon, too, before I'm done talking. So a yellowish, hazy color smell from the glass. Yeah, this is going to be... And look, the headline is basically gone. Move it down here from the can. All that I'm getting out of both is kind of a tinny note and a little bit of like a cardboard note. So tinny and cardboardy is what I'm getting from both the glass and the can. That would scream to me that possibly hard water, possibly oxidized, but I don't think it's either. I think it's just the beer. From what I remember from the one I drank a sip of before I dumped it down the drain. Slanche, let's try it. I didn't even get to see it. I didn't realize that it was hazy when I tried it either. that has the same qualities that the last one had. It has a sweetness, and that sweetness fades into like apple juice. And we're not talking brewing fault green apple. And the sweetness, we're not talking butter, like movie theater butter brewing fault. It's just sweet and apple juice flavored. With a little touch of that boiled vegetable. That screams DME more so than LME. I was contemplating that they were doing an LME type of thing, like a liquid malt extract. This tastes more like a dried malt extract that wasn't boiled long enough. If you don't boil your dry malt extract Cooper's kits or anything like that, if you're doing a malt extract kit, an extract kit for your home brewing, and you don't boil it long enough, a lot of times you will get that boiled vegetable or that apple juice flavor, and I'm getting both in this. Now, that's not me saying that's obviously what they did. That's not me saying that, because, I mean, there's lots of other things that could cause this problem. That's me saying that I'm starting to connect the dots with each one of these I drink. And the dots are connecting in a very interesting way between the price for the quantity and for the quality and for the amount of money you put into your cans, and realizing what Saskatchewan charges in liquor taxes and everything else. I'm looking at the fact that you paid more money for the Slammer cans. You paid more money to actually have them all printed. I mean, some of them do have stickers on them, but I've never peeled I should peel the sticker off one of them and see if it's printed for another beer and they just stickered it. But you paid the money for the can. You've paid the money for the sticker. Well, not the sticker, the printing on the can. Then you tell me that it's the freshest in the province with no canning date. And then you tell me it's made with fresh Saskatchewan barley. And I look at the price of the beers that are made by craft breweries that have used fresh Saskatchewan barley. And their price is not the same as yours. You're looking at like $1.10, $1.25, somewhere in that range per can. And they're looking at close to $3 to $4 per can. So something just don't add up, because there's only so much money. Well, there's only so much money to be made even at $3 a can versus your $1.25. So if you're able to make the beer for $1.25, you're either paying even your brewmaster minimum wage, or you're not actually using the ingredients you're saying you're using. And I mean, which one seems more likely? It tastes like it's an extract kit. And I don't have anything against that, but there are breweries in Ontario that are extract breweries. There are breweries in Ontario that were brewing their beer in 50-gallon rain drums with plastic food-safe linings inside them. Like, there's a lot of different things that happen so that you can make a business out of this. And I don't fault you for any of that. The only thing I'll ever fault you for is if there's false information on a can. If you're claiming something and it isn't what it is, and you're hoping that the person just doesn't know any better. That isn't to say that I haven't had Minhas products from the Minhas Sask brewery that I've enjoyed, because I have. I've had some that I'm like, this is a solid beer. But these lagers are giving off a flavor that tells me something different. Now, the ones I've even liked are also available in the $113.80 packs. So it begs the question of how. How? And the only way, because this is the thing, right? In Ontario, they started, the Ontario government allowed you to do the dollar a beers again, where you could charge $1 a beer again. Nobody wanted to do it because there was no money in it, and there was a lot of breweries that came out and put the financials out. You can get the financials about a beer, and if they were making the dollar beer, even if they were making it with corn and rice and stuff like that, they were looking at losing 5 cents a beer to make it, so it wasn't worth it to them. Some of the breweries were able to get it to the where they would make 2 cents a bottle, and they're like, well, if I'm making 2 cents a bottle, is it worth me putting my guys to work on that? It's not really worth it because I still have to pay them. So Saskatchewan has higher alcohol taxing and everything else, and I'm sitting here doing the math on minimum wage and all that, and the cost of everything, and it does not add up. It does not compute. It doesn't. Can you drink it? Sure. Does it taste bad? No. Is it something I liked? No. Is the price right for at some point in the future when I'm out of beer, me going, I need beer in the fridge? Sure. But that doesn't mean I want it. Out of 10, a 5. Bye, guys.